Hi guys, Joseph here from Intellect Finance. It's great having you back. Today we are meeting up with Danny Suka from Property Logic, talking about property valuations and the impact that it has on the market and how it can affect you. Danny, it's great having you here. Welcome.
Thank you, Joe. Pleasure to be here.
Tell us a bit about the process involved in valuing a property.
Okay, well, if we take the the basic valuation, and be it residential, and we can go into commercial a bit later on, but the residential valuation process is it's based on predominantly your comparable sales, your report writing, and looking out for risks and factors like that.
I've had some issues where, say, in a strong market where, say the valuation actually comes in higher than the contract price. But I have had the opposite in a weak market where the valuations have come in under the contract price. Is there anything that people can do to, say, have a good valuation to increase the equity in their property, or it doesn't
well,
really...
Joe, that really depends on the sales within the market. So if a property is in better presentation than a comparable sale, then you would expect that the market value of that property would be higher, or at least one of the factors when assessing the property's value is presentation. And if it's if the subject property is better presented than your comparable sale, then that should relate to a higher value.
do you guys have a buffer where you've got to go a little bit underneath to sort of reduce the risk for the bank? Or
if the market conditions in a particular area are strong, there's going to be competition in that marketplace, which will probably drive up the value.
Yeah.
When the valuer undertakes the valuation, part of his instructions is to assess the property under a normal market conditions over a certain period of selling period. Call it 2 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Under a valuation assessment could be lower than the eventual purchase price. Okay. So there are some differences. I think from a financier point of view, they want to know what the property is definitely worth rather than what it may be potentially worth.
It sounds like your duty of care is similar to us.
In my case, as a valuer, if it's a mortgage valuation, my duty of care lies with the lender. I have to advise the lender on the property, on its pros, its cons, its advantages, disadvantages, its risk profile.
That was very insightful. There's actually a lot to talk about. I'd like to invite you to come in again and talk about different valuation topics, if possible.
It'll be my absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much, Danny.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Wow, that shed a different light on the subject of valuations and highlights to me the necessity of an experienced valuer that takes the time and effort to research the market diligently and to get the most accurate valuation possible. So if you like, I'll leave a link below for Property Logic if you would like to contact Danny. Plus I'll put a link for our experienced team at Intellect Finance that can look after your financial needs. Bye guys.